Hello, are you ready to join in and read along with me? Yes? Then let's begin. When you hear this sound, turn the page. The story of Jesus. Once, long ago, a kind young woman called Mary was at home in Nazareth when an angel visited her. The name of the angel was Gabriel, and he told the Virgin Mary that God had sent him. "You will have a baby," the angel said. "He will be the Son of God, and his name will be Jesus." A man called Joseph lived in the same town as Mary. They were engaged to be married. He worked as a carpenter, and Mary liked to watch him at work. Even if Joseph was busy making a table or mending a wheel for a cart, he always had time for Mary. Soon, Mary was due to have her baby. She was very happy. But poor Joseph was very worried when he heard that the king had commanded that everyone must travel to Bethlehem to be counted. "We must go," he told Mary. "I will get some food ready for the journey," Mary said. When everything was ready, they set out. Mary rode on a donkey, and Joseph walked beside her. What crowds there were in Bethlehem! It was growing dark when they arrived, and Joseph tried to find a place to stay. He could see how tired Mary was, but every inn and lodging was already full. Then, at last, Joseph came across a kind-hearted innkeeper who offered them his stable. Gratefully, Joseph accepted. The stable was usually used only for the animals, but the ox and the donkey were calm and sleepy and did not bother Mary and Joseph at all. That night, baby Jesus was born, and Mary wrapped him in swaddling clothes. Joseph filled the manger with clean straw so that Mary could lay him there. In the morning, some shepherds came to the stable. When they saw the baby in the manger, wrapped in swaddling clothes, they were filled with joy. "It is just as the angel said," one shepherd whispered. "He is Christ the Lord." A bright new star in the east was a sign to 3 wise men that a new king had been born. The wise men followed the star through many lands until, at last, they found the baby Jesus in Bethlehem. They bowed low before him and offered him the gifts they had chosen to be fit for a great king. Then they mounted their camels and rode swiftly away back to their own land. Leaving Bethlehem, Joseph did not take his little family back to Nazareth. Instead, he took the baby and Mary to Egypt, where they would be safe from the wicked King Herod. Herod had tried to find the Holy Child so that he could have him killed. But Joseph had been warned in a dream to leave Bethlehem before Herod's soldiers could discover where they lived. Only when the wicked king died did they go back to live in Nazareth. Jesus grew up in Nazareth. He went to school like the other boys, and when he was grown up, he became a carpenter like Joseph. Sometimes Jesus talked to the fishermen on the shore of Lake Galilee. Jesus told them about the kingdom of heaven as they sat by their boats, mending their fishing nets. 2 of the fishermen were brothers. They wanted to be like Jesus. "We will follow you," they said. And so they left their boats and their fishing nets, and they followed him. One of the fishermen was called Peter. He went everywhere with Jesus. Once he joined a great crowd of people who had come to hear Jesus speak. The people wanted to stay and listen, even when they grew tired and hungry. Jesus took a little boy's supper of 2 fishes and some small loaves and divided it up until there was enough food to feed all the people. Peter was astonished. There was even enough food left over to fill 12 baskets. Sometimes Jesus talked about going to heaven. He told Peter and his friends that he would not be with them for long. The day came when Jesus said he must go to Jerusalem, and his friends found a donkey for him to ride. The crowds were so happy to see Jesus. They waved palm branches in the air and greeted him with shouts of joy. But there were some people in Jerusalem who were plotting to kill Jesus. That same week, soldiers came to the quiet little garden where Jesus was praying. The soldiers took him away and put him in prison, and soon after, Jesus was sentenced to die on the cross. The day Jesus died on the cross was a sad day for Peter and his friends. But Jesus did not leave them for long. He came down from heaven to be with them again for a short time, filling their hearts with joy and happiness. I hope you enjoyed the story. Now it's your turn to join in.